I'm so passionate about social media because I started literally from minuscule, nothing social media to it really doubling, tripling my business within a year.
Amazing.
So
Welcome to the Pink Couch podcast. And today we are talking about social media. I think people either love social media or they hate it. And Gabby, you've had some success in leveraging social media to grow your business. And I'd really love to hear from you how you got started, where you see that you managed to hook people, like what are the tools that you're using?
so that was one of my struggles. I find I was always camera shy, not photogenic. I didn't have the confidence to, get myself out there on social media. So that was a hurdle for myself, but I knew that in order to grow my business, I was going to have to dive right into social media. So I just started slow and I built up from there. With Facebook, I barely posted. I kind of just was on there here and there, but I knew I had to increase my activity on there. So I started posting. Instagram, I didn't even have an Instagram account when I started. So, it was just small steps and it just grew for me. And I feel so much more confident, putting myself out there now.
So what sort of things did you post that you found got you traction on Instagram?
So at first, I didn't have a lot of photos of myself traveling, so I had to be a little bit more creative. So I took content photos, kind of professional ones, and a
You
little
mean
bit.
just of destinations, like
That's right.
Italy, whatever?
Even
Yeah.
if I'm out at a winery, like I see, a cool spot to sit in front of. So, out with my husband, he already knows his role. Like he's the photographer because I need the photos. That was the basis of growing my social media. And from there, I just grew it more and more. And I feel like you have to stay evolving in order to grow.
So I'm just going to stop you right there. So you have found that posting a picture of yourself in a destination is what people respond to. Is that correct? I mean, it sounds pretty basic, right?
It is very basic, but I do a little bit of a fun write up with on my post, and then I'll take a few photos, make it into a reel, just to engage more people. If I am at a destination now, I'm comfortable, taking a video and speaking on the video, or my
Okay.
husband's recording me. So yeah, again, something I would have never done before.
And so how long did it take you to get a following that has some momentum?
So to be honest, it only took me about 3 months or so, because I didn't have a large following. But yeah, I just slowly built it up, and now I post usually daily. But I don't just post to post. I like to post with
Okay.
content.
Okay.
I like to also engage my clients. I always tag them, and mention them just because that way they're excited also. It's just about having that nice personal touch with them.
So it's infectious in a way, right?
It is, yes.
What you're communicating makes people feel it's an aspirational, I suppose, somewhat engagement. Okay, walk us through some of the do's and don'ts.
So my first don't is just to post. I like to engage my clients, right? Or in my audience. I like to make them feel like they start to know me. So I also like to post not just travel, but a little bit of my personal life because I find that way they feel connected to you. So,
Okay.
if we're out, last night I made roasted peppers, so I posted like a post on that. So it's like you kind of bring them into your home to a degree, but
Wow.
then there's also the travel aspect of it. So I find I had really, that really engaged my clients and my following. Hmm.
I don't know that I could do that, honestly.
I didn't
And
think I could either.
okay,
And here I am.
okay, interesting. So you put yourself out there, you continuously maintain your presence with various, whether it's food and sort of travel, of course, go nicely
Yeah.
together. It's you, your personality, your relationships. How does that translate into sales?
So that again, I feel like people want to support you because they feel like they know you. So they want to back you up. They want to, not miss out. I try to make it feel like, you're missing out if you're not booking a trip or going somewhere. So there's a buzz, a positive, like, oh,
Okay.
So that I find has really helped.
So do you put up a specific offer or a suggestion, or it's simply that it's sort of this nice inspirational, here I am in Tuscany, and oh, hey, do you want to go to Tuscany? How does that work?
So what I have actually done is I use Canva a lot. So
Okay.
I've come up with just booked. So when a client books, I make a graphic with where they're going. I tag them in them. I do a nice write up. Get them engaged because once you tag them, their friends are seeing it also. So you're kind of multiplying not just that one person, but their friends, their following also. So that I feel like has really grown. And then I get referrals that way also. But
Wow.
I use Canva for a client review, tag them, once they're back, I ask for, some photos of them wherever they are, and I make a review post. So that way I'm also credible and people see you out
Right.
there and they want to, again, support you and they don't want to miss out.
For people who are listening who don't know what Canva is, do you want to just give us a little 5 cents worth of what that is?
Okay, so it's an app. I use it actually on my phone. I find it's better than on the computer for myself. And you can make anything from newsletters to like I do graphics, any
Yeah.
kind of graphic. I even do a this and that on there. There's so many options. You just have to be creative. And that's one thing I have found with social media. You have to always evolve because it gets stagnant. People always want to see something different. So just being creative, I find, helps so much. Even at Christmas time, I'll do a graphic with, one of my content photos and with a Merry Christmas border with, thanking again my clients, my family, all the
Yeah.
support. I feel like that's a huge thing for myself is, being grateful and being thankful for my clients and referrals and my family support, obviously.
It's great to have those AI tools. So Canva for graphics,
Yes.
ChatGPT or others.
Hmm.
Perplexity is the one I use for potentially wanting to quickly do some research or reword, a clunky sentence or whatever it is.
Yes,
Very, very, very useful. Yeah, no, it's true. And
for
it can
sure.
really, really spice up. So to me, as I listen to you, it sounds like it's a full-time job. So where in there do you have time to be a travel advisor when you're continuously updating your social medias? It's a commitment.
Oh, it is. And that's one thing I learned as I went along. Like you have to be disciplined. And I find a very like task-oriented person, very like structured. So my day is very structured of when I do a post, when I prep a post, really I should probably prep a few in advance, but I just find I don't have the time to do that and also do travel. Um,
Right.
so yeah, but I did find it is a commitment, but if I wasn't doing it, I wouldn't be as busy as I am. So it's like
Right.
take here and there, right? You got to kind of prioritize what's working for you, for one, and where you want to concentrate to grow your business.
Now you're sharing what you've learned in your experience with the advisors at large. Why are you doing that?
Because I'm so passionate about social media because I started literally from minuscule, nothing social media to it really doubling, tripling my business within a year.
Amazing.
So I'm
Oh,
very proud of that, but you have to put the time in. It's not just going to happen. One thing I did come up with was Travel Tip Thursdays, which is a video I do every Thursday. It's like a 30-second segment of a travel tip. And that like grew so much. It's time consuming to do. And I'm so awkward at it. And, at first I was so awkward. It's gotten a bit better. But again, it's something I thought of and it really worked for myself. Might not work for everyone, but it's like just being creative, Again, it's time consuming, but it really has traction with my followers.
it's almost like each one of us sort of finding what we do well
Yes.
and trying to capture that in a creative way
Mhm.
through a medium like social media, like Instagram. Yeah, I could see how that might be daunting for people, but I also think a lot of advisors are doing an amazing job.
Oh, I look at some of them, I
Yeah,
wish I was like them, but I always, a mentor of mine said one time, you might be here and someone might be here, but then someone's below you. So you're
Yeah.
always trying to grow as your own person, as your own social media. So it's like, those steps that you take are going to grow you. Someone's obviously ahead of you, someone's behind you, As long as you keep being real to yourself, you'll make it work.
As long as you stay real to yourself, you'll make it
Mhm.
work. What a great line. I like that. So, yeah, keeping it real, not trying to
Mhm.
be something you're not. Your
When I
hair
first
is
started,
messy,
yeah,
so
you
be
just go with it. There's
just,
days I'm just like, oh my God, I look awful, whatever. But it's like, you just do it, right?
but your personality comes through, you're having a good time.
Yes,
People see that and they think, I'd like to experience that. So we don't
definitely.
all have to have our
Oh,
lips like this and
nothing
look
like
like
that.
those
I'm not like that at all. Like
influencers.
I'm the most down to earth. Like, my friends are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we gotta do your makeup." I'm like, "Makeup? I wear eyeliner and mascara. Here we go."
Good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, wonderful. Thank you for that. I feel like I have a much better sense now of what works for advisors to stimulate, bookings and travel out there
Mhm.
through social media because it was always a bit vague to me. I'll be honest with you.
Mhm.
Because I'm in a different, space. So
Right.
it's like you become an influencer, even though I use that word very, very, very carefully because I think a lot of influencers aren't, qualified professional travel advisors, but you get to do both.
For sure. I love it, and I wouldn't change anything. And I'm, so happy that I at first, again, so shy and everything, but I knew in order to grow, you know, fear is always growth and a success, right? So it's like comes
Yeah.
hand in hand. You just have to do it. And I have,
Overcoming your fear.
yeah, advisors, that are part of my host agency, and they've reached out to me, how do you do it? I'm like,
Yeah.
you just got to do it. That's the bottom
You
line.
just got to do it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm here for Nike.
Just got love it.
But,
Thanks,
that's
Gabby.
what it
This
is.
was, yeah, this was great. Really appreciate your input. Thank you for that.
Thank you.